Yo, yo, yo. What the deal? Someone timed me out yesterday, all show for no reason. I don't know who did that, but it was not me. What's up, Kalia? What's up? What's up? So I'm hearing that Ryan is supposed to fight Rolly, and I was told by a friend of mine, another boxing creator, content creator, that Turkey announced it. But I've searched and briefly, and I did not see any announcement of such. So, has anybody else heard of that? I heard Ryan don't want to take a drug test. He doesn't? Well, if he doesn't want to take a drug test at all, then obviously we know what that means. But I'm not so sure that's the case. We'll have to find out. Turkey post. Show me where. Where? What? Let me look. I'll go in with you guys right now because I searched it and I did not see it. All right, new tab. Boom. All right, let's see. Turkey. Al Sheik X. Let's see if he did it on X. All right, let's see. This is his official X account. It was a few days ago. This is from a few days ago. We're not talking about boxing. We talked about the video. Okay, who cares? A few days ago, I heard from a couple. Okay, I don't see anything. First boxing was a collaboration phase. Okay, I don't see anything. Where did he post it? All right, so what I'd like you to do, Bud, stop Canelo, is put the link. Because I checked his Instagram, I just checked his Twitter. He didn't post that shit anywhere. So please explain to me where that's posted because I guarantee it's not on BoxRec either. Now, BoxRec isn't perfect. They don't have me on there, but what's up, Mr. Lightning? Ryan versus Rolly is what I was told Turkey posted, but yet none of Turkey's accounts have that posted. Yeah, go check. Let me know. Give me the link. I don't think it's there because it's not on IG, it's not on Twitter, so where the fuck else would it be posted? You know, today's day and age, you post on both of those platforms along with whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Listen to this man, to this Middle Eastern looking white man. But his profile picture here, he has the bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. My son's eyes are that color. Like in real life. I can't show you, but he has like the most unique eyes, like ice, almost white, ice blue white eyes. Beautiful kid. Not just because he's my son. Beautiful kid. It's my wife's side. I got the Russian in me, and she got the Polish Russian. He looks like he's blonde and blue. He looks mad Russian Polish. My daughter, she looks like me. She's like dark hair, dark eyes. But you know how that goes. Word. All right, so what we got, people? What we got? Talk to me. Or type to me. Talk to me or type to me. Let me know. I prefer Haney versus Rolly since they're both coming off losses. Agreed. It's cool, right? Yeah. My son got a 3D printer for Christmas and it's printing in the background. I don't know if you could hear it. It's making a little noise, but it's pretty cool to look at. I didn't know this. He's building a little like something like this big, which is going to be like maybe like a little spaceship or something. It's going to take 8 hours to print. I had no idea it took that long. 8 hours? Picture if you make something big. It'll take like 3 days. Haney versus Rolly. I agree with that, Clarissa. That's a good one. He posted it on. Show me. Put the link. Put the link. Put the link. We don't deal with speculation. We deal with links. Rolly won his last fight. No, he didn't. Rolly got stopped in his last fight by Pitbull. You drunk? I had thought Ryan. Yep, that's what I thought, but it wasn't. No, I didn't think it was official. Ryan's not fighting no Pitbull. He's not crazy. Ryan versus Rolly is still. I mean, it's all right. It's, it'll make Ryan some money and low risk, but Rolly could punch. Ryan probably gonna knock Rolly all over the top rope. I don't know, man. Rolly could punch. There's sparring of them, right? I've actually broke it down. 2 different sparring sessions. One where Rolly gets the better of Ryan, roughs him up, hits him, like bloodies up his face, like really batters him. The second one where Ryan just boxes the fuck out of him. So who knows what the fight would go. Rolly beat Manuel Jamies. Who the fuck is that? Yo, did you guys see my video I just posted? If not, I could play it. Tommy Hearns or Sugar Ray Leonard. One of the biggest robberies in the annals of pugilism. If you haven't seen it, tell me. I'll play it. Maybe I'll wait till we get like 40, 50 people in here, and then I'll play it. And what I like about this video is almost 3 minutes long. As of a few days ago, Instagram now allows 3-minute shorts. YouTube allows 3-minute shorts. TikTok allows 3-minute shorts. So all my shit's going to be up to 3 minutes now, which I like, because that was one of the biggest pains in the asses, keeping it within a minute and a half. It's just not enough time. Rolly's a dangerous fight. That's what I'm saying, Mike. What up, Anthony? Would be crazy if both Ryan and Haney lose. You know what? It would serve them right for not fighting each other off Jump Street. It would serve them right. The Pitbull fight, none of this shit is official. It's all just blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. It's all just a load of bullshit. So that's what it is. Load of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it is fucking freezing. By the way, it's 17 degrees here in the tri-state. So if Ryan loses, they cancel Haney rematch. Well, they might not. You remember when Zab Judah lost to Baldomir? He still fought Floyd. Dropped him and was whooping his ass for 4 rounds. So you never know, but it does lose its umph. Champ, you my guy, but Ness cooked you from the treadmill. Ness cooked me? What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you young kids love to say that? First off, it's not true. He didn't cook anybody. He actually was speaking ridiculousness. I don't even know what he was saying. What was he talking about? Oh, yeah, the Canelo, and he did not cook anybody. He definitely lost that one. But what is it with you? You, like, sweat him. You talk all this shit about him, yet you say he's an informant, he's just that, yet you always watch everything he does. So either you're full of shit or you are for Ness. Tutti frutti. You want to go take Ness out dancing to this kind of music. Yeah, he didn't cook anybody. There is no argument. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. There's no argument. Canelo ducked him. I mean, it's simple. If you think anybody got, like, it is, besides Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis, it's the biggest duck in boxing history at this level. So how could you can't cook anybody when you're trying to argue that he didn't duck Benavidez? It's ridiculous. So you're goofy for even saying that. Soon Turkey is going to do a reality show where these boxers are shit. What up, Eon? Eon Broner, what up? Yeah, right. You watch that shit for him. As Ryan, you definitely mess with him. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying ridiculous shit like he won an argument that nobody in the planet believes has credibility. Is Ryan in danger if he tries a weird shoulder roll? Good question. Rolly is a very looping puncher. He's a very wide looping puncher. So the shoulder roll might actually work. You posted it? No, put it. Oh my goodness. First of all, Why'd you change your name? I don't want to call you Bud Gonna Stop. What's your actual name? Or whatever, nickname. That's for starters. Change that shit to name, whatever it is. Kevin, Quan, whatever the fuck your name is. For starters. Secondly, you got to put it in the chat. Post it in the chat. I don't know where you're saying you posted it, but put it in the fucking chat. Right here. Damn, no, what's up? Turkey is getting the great fights finally. Not saying you got cooked, saying he was. You just said he cooked me. What are you talking about? Ness looked a little salty defending. Salty, yeah, of course. He has a weird thing with that. Alberto ain't a thug. He needs a hug. Yeah, for real. Yes, you do. You love it. You watch everything he says. Ryan versus Rolly, Battle of the Minds. Okay. You miswrote it? Yeah, you miswrote it after I fucking said something about it. Then you miswrote it. You said, Marco, you're my guy, but Ness cooked you. You totally meant to write that. You wouldn't have put you're my guy. Like, look, I like you and all that, but please. You wouldn't say you're my guy, but you cook Ness. That just wouldn't go together. You prefaced it with I'm your guy, so you can then say that you believe that he had some. Come on. I'm 48 years old, man. You can't fool me with your 20-year-old college games. But good try. Good try. It's like my son will do that. I'll hear him. He'll be like, I didn't say that. I'm like, I just fucking heard you. But he's 11. You are not. Anyway. So if anybody could put a link in this chat showing that Turkey Al Sheikh announced Ryan versus Rolly, I will appreciate it. I don't think it exists. Just like I didn't think Ryan versus Pitbull exists. I don't believe Ryan would take either of those fights. I believe Ryan versus Haney is going to happen first, even though Turkey did mention something about them fighting other people first, but I don't think it's going to happen. And why the fuck would Canelo not fight Crawford immediately? Why are we going to wait? Why is there going to be a fight put between that, sandwiched in between? Alberto's 11 in the brain. Well, that is a fact. Yeah, Alberto switched up. He switched up like a tranny. Am I allowed to say tranny anymore? You know what I mean. My white homie, that's all right. First off, you starting off with a sentence like that is certified. You were the first racist of the day.
Oh, that's racist.
But let's keep it going. Said some carne asada. Okay, even more racist. All races coming together. Damn, CJ. I didn't know you were so racist. It's not popping up. So what the fuck you talking about? Here, Army Mike just put it in. Let me see. Maybe. Nah, you didn't put it in the. It didn't show it maybe. But Army Mike's link did show it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I will share it with everybody. So we read. Thank you, Army Mike, for knowing how to use a computer. I'm just playing. All right. Ring Magazine is excited to announce its first boxing card in the USA in May 2025 in collaboration with the video game Fatal Fury. Okay. The card includes 3 fights. Ryan versus Rolly. Okay. Devin versus. Okay. And Bacoli versus Igjaba. Okay. Who? Further details about venue and date announcing later. Stay tuned. And this is from Turkey's official account. When was this posted? January 20th. Today. Okay. Well, then I stand corrected. It's there. It's there. What's up, Sebastian? Ryan versus Rolly. The press will be better. Yeah, that'll be fun. Canelo is great and everything, but he has his faults, such as losing his most difficult matches and not facing. But of course, but see, today we were talking about. I think Ness believed that Canelo was the greatest Mexican who ever lived, fighter, And you guys know my stance. You can't do that when somebody's still active. He's still active, so we can't put him in an all-time great. But he's not better than Chavez yet. He's just not. Ninjalizations. Salute Marco, Mr. Lightning. What up, my ninja? Am I allowed to say ninja? Because I know what that also means. Ninjalizations? The fuck's a ninjalization? Ryan versus Rowley is less of a stumbling block to the rematch. Look, say what you want about Rowley. People say he eats crayons. He started boxing when he's 17. He was doing karate first or jiu-jitsu. He's, but he could punch hard. That's going to be it's always a threat. Rusty Cage, what up? Chavez is probably the only historic Mexican boxer you know. Oh, you are coming in feisty. You being disrespectful, or you just, I don't understand why you would come in and say some shit like that. Very rude. How is that Turkey first American card off Bud? It was in LA. Ah, good point. Who will have the IQ advantage? Ryan. Are you kidding, Corsa? Ryan has a decent boxing IQ. Rowley, though, 0. He just comes at you throwing hard punches. Rowley not the same. Haney beats Garcia in the rematch by decision. That's possible, Sebastian, but I would still have to lean towards Ryan because of the voracious, which means just eating at big appetite. The voracious ass whooping he gave him the first time. Again, without the asterine, who knows? Ryan is smart, just barely any footwork and barely a right hand. Agreed. Ian knows boxing. Except for the Adrian Broner thing, Ian's like usually on point. It's like my peopleizations, which is a term I learned from blues vocabulary. Blue blood? Twist of my own salt and pepper. Peopleizations. What's peopleizations mean? What's that supposed to mean? And can white people say ninja? Nah, they can't, right? I mean, they could say ninja like in an actual, but I can't be like, yo, what's up, my, and then use that word, right? That would be probably bad. Isn't that crazy how words evolve? Who would have ever thought that the word ninja used in a certain way would be like offensive or racist? Wild. But I ain't saying it. I'm not going to say it in that way because I'm not getting canceled. Fuck that shit. I'm working too hard over here. I was kind of trolling, but also serious with the Broner thing. Broner's he's your favorite. Okay, that's okay. But you initially didn't say favorite. I believe you said top 5 pound for pound. Only if you're from NY. What if it's from NY? I could say the ninja if I'm from NY. Is that what you mean? Why? Because like there's a melting pot? I mean, you're in Texas, right? There's no damn melting pot in Texas. Texas is pretty segregated, isn't it? Well, I went to Houston. It looked like a mix of shit in Houston. Mexican, black, white, if I remember correctly. I liked Houston. I heard Dallas is the dopest one, though. That's what I heard. Broner gave you his heart in and out the ring. Broner tried too hard. I feel like if he would have been his authentic self, he would have come off better. He was trying too hard to be this abrasive asshole. I bet you he's not even like that in real life. Nah, the pound for pound thing was me trying to prove he was elite at one point. Right. But again, that was like putting him over Klitschko or Pacquiao at any point of his career was ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. But hey, that still would have had him top 10, which is impressive. I'll give you that. Top 10 is impressive. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. This is America. True, you can. If it's rude, though, you can get your ass kicked out of the room. But, it's up to you. However you want to come. You want to come talk boxing, have fun? Cool. Maidana ruined Broner, and he checked Leonard Ellerby. Maidana ruined him. I don't know about that. He beat his ass. Nah, Broner is like that in real life. He only boxer I met. Oh, how was he when you met him? Was he cool to you, or was he being a dick? Broner shouldn't have jumped to 47. He had no choice, D'Angelo. Like, he's short, but he's stocky. He's like a little fucking. You see his neck? He has like Mike Tyson's neck, and his shoulders. He has these fucking wide ass shoulders. He's a stocky little dude. So, what could he do? I feel like if he could have kept making 35 or 40, he would have. Broner was good for a time, but aged like hot milk. Ew. Champ, no hard feelings between us, right? No, sir. No hard feelings. He was cool, but the antics is really him. He was cool. He wasn't being like a dick or like not paying attention to you, just trying to look for famous. You know what I mean? Like one of those. He strikes me as one of those people that would maybe like be looking around for who's more famous to talk to. Broner was shaped like Howard the Duck. Good callback. Can't rock with Broner. He kissed Tank on. No, he didn't. Did he? Is that true? Nah, he was trying to fight Floyd at 147. That's why he moved up. Drake is suing for defamation of character in a rap diss track. That's like Ryan suing for Devin suing for battery. Do you think Canelo takes? Is he really suing for defamation of character? That's insane. Do you think Canelo takes any massive challenges again? He might not, man. He might be done with that. He might cruise. Like, look what happened after Bivol beat him. He goes, okay, I went too heavy. Let me go super low, Charlo. Well, Berlanga and Munguia, though, were not super low. Berlanga especially was super heavy, but Berlanga was so inexperienced, it was like he was fighting a 54-pounder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes up. His inexperience almost puts him as the same threat as a 54-pounder. So he's basically, he's been minimalizing his threats. And air smooch. Why the fuck are they air smooching each other? What's up, Mo Brains? Macho Man, you mean? Hector. Yeah, of course. Now, I mean, look, I wasn't the biggest Chavez fan, but you can't take away what the man did. See, that's what makes a good analyst, a good historian, a good content creator in boxing, is somebody who is not biased, who is balanced. Alberto in the pick was suspect. I mean, what else does Saul have to prove? Nothing. But then the argument is then fucking retire. You know, like, it's fucked up that Benavidez was never able to get those belts because Canelo held him hostage or wouldn't fight him. So that's fucked up. Let the belts go then if you don't want to fight the dude. Rude. You know, and it's not even his fault. It's the sanctioning bodies. They should have stripped his ass, but they care more about the sanctioning fees. Canelo makes, 50 million a fight, whereas Benavidez probably makes like 2 or 3 million a fight. So do the math. Sanctioning fees are way higher. So they stand to lose tons of money if they strip Canelo, so they just don't do it. You're the only one who pushed back on this. I don't know if I'm the only one, but what up, Robert? Batibai activities. But you can't get a gay jacket on without solid. What? Why do you think so many people give Ryan a pass for using PEDs? I give him a one strike pass because I'm not so sure it was done on purpose. And so that's why I look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? He was clean the whole time, just right before. I give everybody a one strike for PEDs because it can happen accidentally. It can. But after, that's the way I look at it. Unless there's a video of literally like somebody recorded you without, being on the phone with like your fucking PD dealer being like, yo, give me that Austrian, man. I need that shit. The fight's tomorrow. I got it. Unless they're admitting it and there's unequivocably proof that you did it on purpose, I give somebody a pass once. Canelo will fight Skull for May, but I don't even know who Skull is. Ryan wins 6-round knockout. You think so? Do you think Canelo will have to fight Benavidez sooner? I don't know. I don't think he's going to fight Benavidez at all. Why would he? Some call showbiz bias because he gives you all the possible outcomes, so he could say, "Oh, no, that's not biased. That's trying to be right." But there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a difference between giving all the outcomes and then saying what, like, I give all the outcomes. I do the same thing, but then I also say what I think will happen. You know, like what I think is going to be most likely. I'll say that, and I'll give all the outcomes. Sometimes none of it happens. Sometimes I'm totally wrong. Canelo Baumgartner get a pass. Why would Garcia? Huh? I don't get it. Some bozo still saying Ostarine is a steroid. I mean, it is a steroid. I don't know how. And that's another thing. It's absolutely a banned substance. We can't argue that. Now, you're probably saying that, oh, it doesn't do that much. And I don't know enough about steroids to confirm or deny that it might not have effects. But it is a banned substance by the athletic commissions. Machine bodies pick and choose who to strip. Yeah, for money. Ryan ate meat at Canelo's house. What up, Captain? People act like he took Bane's serum. You don't know what that is. Joe Rogan refers as Mexican supplements for a reason. Does he? That's funny. Ryan is not KO Haney. Let me go down here a little bit. What's Clarissa Salty PR? What's a PR? It's not a steroid. Look it up, bro. It's a banned substance. I don't know if it's a steroid or not, but it's a banned substance. I know that. That's all that matters here, right? That's all that matters, Rusty, is that it's a banned substance. If it's against the rules, it's against the rules. You know what I mean? So if Canelo retired today, his resume 100 times better than... What? His resume is 100 times better? All right. You get the first sound effect for the day.
Get the fuck out of here!
William Skull is not an elite fighter. You're better off not. Yeah, well, exactly. Yo, what's up? There's the man. The man, the myth, the legend. This is my man Shane, and this is what he makes everybody think of when he enters the room.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
I feel you. Word. Ramirez could hurt Devin. Yeah, well, I only heard of Ostarine when an NBA player had an injury and used it to help with the recovery. Okay. Legacy, I think Showbiz has trouble deciding and sits on the fence with many of his predictions and also tries to convince people to make unpopular bets to increase them for the company. Okay. But whatever he does, man, I envy him because he is where I want to be in terms of popularity and financially, probably the kind of cheese he's making. So, good for him. Benavidez would be more popular if he was 100% Mexican. Maybe, because he'd have more of a fan base. That's true. You might be right there. It's sad, but it's true. The man, the myth, the legend. Tutti Frutti is here. Benavidez is Mexican. His dad a paisa. I don't know what that means. A guy in YouTube boxing community cracked me up with the name, which is King Ostarine. He has a profile pic of Green Hulk. That's funny. We Jack Benavidez. I mean, you could argue that Ricardo Lopez is a better Mexican fighter than Canelo Alvarez. You could argue it. You can argue it. Can't argue Paez. You could argue Salvador Sanchez, but his career is too short, so I'm not, angry Ryan turning into the Incredible Hulk. William Skull has the last belt at 168. Canelo will fight him in May for Undisputed. Oh, well, then it's worth it if he has the last belt. Yeah, Benavidez was good. Roberto Duran's also a better Mexican. Well, Duran apparently is by blood half Mexican, which is, I'm sure, what you're referring to. Benavidez is Mexican, even if he's half. Ricardo Lopez. Stop it. Why would I stop it? Ricardo Lopez has more wins than Floyd, and he's also undefeated. Why would I stop it? Ricardo Lopez was 108 pounds and he had like a 70% knockout ratio. He knocked out a tremendous amount of people at like 5'4", 108 pounds. 51-0. Has one draw, which is why Floyd's record is because Floyd has no. But he knocked out the fighter who, by the way, everybody thought he got robbed in that. Like that draw was bullshit to begin with. Knocked him out in the rematch. Why should I stop it? Why should I stop it? Resume names matter. Just because you don't know who Ricardo Lopez fought doesn't mean they weren't dope. Little guys are never as well known as heavier guys, simply for the fact that they don't have knockouts and it's not as exciting. Ricardo Lopez fought some of the greatest fighters of his era and some all-time greats coming up. So do your research on who Ricardo Lopez is first before you say some shit like that. Didn't Finito have like a close call Puerto Rican guy? I'd say. I don't believe so, no. Ruben Olivares is my favorite Mexican fighter. He was good. Benavidez' whole career been mismanaged by PPC company. What's up, Troy? Sanchez's career, even though his tragic past is one of the most complete. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, but I don't put people. I can't put fighters with a short career in an all-time great position because the fact is, there's not enough data. You know what I'm saying? To get tenure in anything, you need to have a certain amount of years on the job. He just didn't have enough years on the job to get that tenure. I say the same thing for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, in his prime, which only lasted 4 years, could have beat anybody in history. But since his prime only lasted 4 years, I can't use it. It's too short of a prime. Finito, he is underrated. Danny Arizona, okay. Did you ever score Floyd's losing a fight? Yes, Castillo won. Absolutely. I got Floyd losing by like 1 or 2 rounds. Nah. People say Maidana beat him and who's the other one? Cotto, I've heard. No, Floyd beat them. Even De La Hoya. De La Hoya came closer than anybody except Castillo, but Floyd won. But Castillo, I think he definitely lost that first fight. You even see he was just laying on the ropes. He didn't look like himself. Now, I don't know if that was Castillo's pressure or I think he said he had an injury, which I believe because in the rematch, he whooped his ass. Salvador Sanchez is the best. Again, not enough sample. Sample size is too small. Sounds like Biz box predictions had you losing some bets. Oh, shit. Sanchez had like 45. Yes, right. He had a lot of fights, but he started young. It's that he was 23. You will never find any, even in the fucking 20s, in the 70s, when retirement came, people were getting old around 30. 23 was young. That is way too few years. A lot of fights, yes, way too few years as a pro. And even if you turn pro at 15, you're not really doing work as a pro until you're like 17, 18, 19 years old. You're a kid before that. You're fighting club fighters, you're going to Tijuana, you're doing that kind of shit. So it's not about how many fights. It's about how long you fought. Some dudes were fighting once a week back in the day. So they'll stack up a bunch of fights in a short amount of time. It's about how long you fought. Oscar beat Floyd. I don't think he did, but it was close. Legacy, my prediction is actually correct. I don't go by Showbiz's predictions. What's up, Steph? JC, what up? 200 on Rolly. That's going to be 200. You probably lose. Oakland, foe. I'm from Oakland. Punk, Mark, trick ass buster. I know Too Short. Right. I always hear Floyd's going through something personal. I heard he hurt himself. It was a hand or a knee or some shit. Shoulder. I like what you said. Said he was on the ropes, which I believe because he was whooped his ass. Is Undisputed overrated to some level? Undisputed, to me, means something, but it matters more who you beat en route to claim the Undisputed title. It's who you beat. Not what belt you got, but who you beat, in my opinion. That's why we need to have one fucking belt. This is, you know what I'm saying? Turkey needs to make that Ring Magazine, that lineal belt, the only one that matters. He needs to have all these people disown WBC, IBF, disown them now. Fuck that. Ring Magazine. Once the big names disown those belts, it'll clean boxing up like a street sweeper. Do you think Triple G beat Canelo in any fight? Yes. The first fight, I thought Triple G won. Absolutely. And then, of course, Canelo still won 2 out of 3, but Triple G definitely beat Canelo that first fight they had, in my opinion. Just like I believe Andre Ward lost to Kovalev the first fight they had. Undisputed means less now because it's easier to get title. Undisputed don't mean shit. Devin was an email. I mean, and that's the thing. Sometimes you get the belts emailed to you. Now, sometimes it's unavoidable. If somebody holds a belt and they lose it on the scale, or they retire, they get injured, like, it's unavoidable. You could have number 1 and number 2 fight, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. Number 1 and number 2 might already be obligated. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to just give somebody a belt. That lean protein pause. Ew. What a switch up we got going on. So Pitbull. I don't think the Pitbull thing was ever real, Santos. I don't believe it. Rolly gets another big fight. Sometimes being a bum gets you. Well, it's not that he's a bum. It's that he's a mouthpiece. He talks and he hits hard. You combine those two, you're good to go. Triple G only won none, Clarissa. First fight. Oh, wait. Did Triple G win it? No, he didn't win any. He lost all 3. I think one might have been a draw. Wasn't the first one a draw? Which Canelo should have lost. And then the other 2, Canelo, in my opinion, clearly won. Haney has the best record in Mexico. So does my man Troy. Technical boxing blood. King. He got the best record in Mexico. 9-0 or 8-0, whatever he is. Turkey could just buy the rest of the sanctioning bodies, probably. Nah, he could afford it. Well, not him, but Saudi Arabia, because they're the one who funds it. But those dudes aren't selling. Those dudes would never sell. Can Dev have smoke? Legacy, good question. Maybe Teddy Alice is a wild man. Draw and 2 losses, exactly. The 2 losses I agree with. The draw was bullshit. Win or lose, was the first fight a draw, or did Canelo actually get it on the cards? Who is Keyshawn fighting under? I have no idea. I have no idea who Keyshawn's fighting. Alberto laid down the most dudes in Mexico, not Devin. Damn. It's because Haney ain't a draw. Cream at the end of the day. Dollar bill, y'all. First fight was scored a draw. That's what I thought. Right. Then it wasn't. Canelo lost. Let's be honest. Your hands are known to drop. You drop spoons and cups and glasses out of your hands, maybe. Was it racist when Busta Rhymes said, we get an Arab money? I don't believe so. You probably can't say that now. Devin got no chin left. He is done for, Iowa. We're not so sure about that. One fight does not a career define. So we got to wait. What's your prediction on Benavidez versus Morel? Bivol versus Beterbiev. Tank versus Cockroach. Tank wins. Bivol wins. And David Benavidez destroys. Broly is good for promo, but he's definitely a bum. Let's not say bum. Come on, let's not use that word. Nobody risks their lives at the championship level is a bum. Nobody who gets in the ring at all is a bum. It would be wild if Devin loses to. It might happen. And honestly, if that happens, he deserves it. Why are you fighting him? But maybe Turkey's the one pushing it. That's how you know Bivol beat the shit out of Canelo. It was so clear that they even try to cheat. True. I like to see Haney versus Cobbs. Hell yeah. Cobbs would be a great fight for anybody. But these motherfuckers don't want to fight him. No one's a draw besides a handful of guys. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's very few draws. A couple of them are retiring. Fury, I think, I don't know if Josh was coming back. What up, Anthony? Charlos were draws. They're done. Spence was a draw. He's done. But, they had long careers. Made a lot of money, won a lot of belts. I don't feel bad. Too bad that they went out on losses, but fuck it. Fredo Benitez has his chin broke by Bruce Curry, and he was never the same. Well, Devin didn't get anything broken, but I knew an actual bum that would go spar in the gym. Mark, I'm seeing rumors Al Heyman sold PBC to Turkey. I don't blame him. I don't think that happened. That'd be dope. Do you give a jog? But no. I think a jog was getting knocked out. Cold. Like, cold. In a bed of ice cubes, cold. Cobbs is a light-skinned thug, akin to Chris Brown. And once again, that.
Oh, that's racist.
What? Cool. Will Donald Trump gain at last? Will he gain at last? I don't know what you're trying to say. Big Charlo would have beat Canelo. Big Charlo would have beat Canelo.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Big Charlo would have beat Canelo.
What you talking about, Willis?
Nah. Legacy, I told time. Agreed. Yep. Okay, he's not a bum, but he's on the tour. That was good. That's funny. We should do that from now on. I'm not saying that, but he's on the tour. Saying someone looks like someone isn't. I know, man. I'm just joking. Good Lord. I like the open air Times Square fight. Oh, Times Square fight? Is that real? I don't like that. Devin got his jaw broke. That wasn't confirmed, Iowa. Not confirmed. That's a rumor. Well, I don't 100% believe that. Big Charlo can't even beat Hennessy. Big Charlo is definitely taking a few 8 counts from Hennessy. 1 second, guys. Oh, my bad. T.O. versus Ennis, who you got? I think Ennis is too big. I think Boots is too big for T.O. I think he beats T.O. Because he's big, he's also fast, he's slick. That would be a problem for T.O. Boots might be just as fast. Maybe not just as fast, but, And Ennis hits a lot harder. So I don't know if T.O. can take getting pounded on by those kind of punches by a man that much bigger and taller. I don't think it's confirmed, but that's the rumor. The jaw was sitting sideways. I saw him talking after, like, it didn't look broken to me, but it's possible. Rolly can get his chance. Titties cross. Huh? Titties. Isn't it hilarious? We all throw Al Heyman's name around and, like, no one sees the guy in public for decades. Ness told me, because Ness met him once, that Al Heyman's like 6'6". That surprised me the most. I don't know why, but he's mad tall. Yeah, isn't that weird? I'm too much of I like attention. I don't think I would be like him, just in the cut. I think I'd go, do interviews and stuff. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. I don't want too much, but a little, you want to, it feels good to feel all the love from people who appreciate what you do. Maybe not broken, but definitely fractured. Well, that's the same thing. Broken and fractured, the same thing. Fractured is break. maybe it's not a clean break, but it's a break. Happy MLK, word up. Took off the hinges. Rumors El Heyman got 1 foot in the grave. Ooh. Well, he's been like that for years. So if he has 1 foot in the grave, I mean, it's been a long time that he's been a ghost. You know what I mean? What up, Laker fan? I'm a Knick fan. So what of it? Once we get Karl Anthony Towns back on the court, we won't be losing to these clowns. He's a Jersey dude, half Dominicano. Do you think Rick Glazer is? I interviewed him once. I don't know enough about him. He seemed to know what he's talking about, but I don't even know what he does. Like, who is he? Let's see. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's look it up together. Let's see I don't even know what his official, let's see. Rick Glazer. All right, let's see. That's him. Rick Glazer. Does he have a Wikipedia? Oh, he's a matchmaker. Well, does he have a Wikipedia? No, it's Ricky Glazer. Here we go, boxing. Rick Glazer is a boxing matchmaker based out of New York State. He's worked with 36 current champions. Why did it do that? What happened? 36 current champions. Former champions, 18 years. He worked for former heavyweight champion Larry Holmes, matchmaking his fights on the old weekly Tuesday Night Fight series. Oh, he was okay. He had been employed as a matchmaker by Don King. Glazer, unfortunately, is known to be extremely dishonest, having robbed numerous fighters and boxing titles of money due to them. Glazer's reputation as a deceitful character is well known, although a low on the totem pole minor players in the world. The Buffalo native is well known amongst boxing fighters, dishonest, repeatedly social media tries to take himself from your pro. Okay, so got it. So here's the question, though. How is he robbing people when he's a matchmaker? Matchmakers don't get money. I guess they do. They get paid to matchmake, but word. Ryan beat the shit out of Rolly in sparring. Yeah, but Rolly also fucked Ryan up in the other spot. Go to my page. I broke down both sparring sessions. They took turns, getting the better of each other. Give him a call. He will come on your show. Oh, I know. I interviewed him already a while ago. How does Virgil and Madrimov? Do I even have his number? I feel like I do. Let's see. I probably do. I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe I emailed him. Rick. Yep, there it is. Doesn't show. There, see? Yeah, I got him in here. I do have his number. But I've only talked to him once in my life. I even forget all the numbers I have in there. I'm Black Trump today. All right. Y'all send them super. Oh, that's right. You know what I'm going to do? I forgot to do that. I'm going to put the goal. I'm going to make it now for only 30 minutes. So I want to do, because I never get, boom. I want to get 10 super chats in 30 minutes because I won't, let's see. Probably won't happen though. Angel, what's up? He's a convicted felon. I believe it. Jazzy, what up? Did Kid Austin have a rehydration clause? I saw an interview with Shakur from a few days ago. Shakur said no. Believe it. Talking to Heyman's height, maybe 6'4", probably 6'5" at most. The most famous picture of Statesman Rowe. All those, yeah, he looks tall. Ryan will stop Rolly, most likely. I got you, Marco. I'm in your corner, champ. All right. I like the idea of ring mag belt. That's what Turkey's trying to do. That's absolutely what he's trying to do. He's smart. Buying it from the genius move. So now he can try and buy out these other promoters, and he could try and buy everybody out, or he can just get enough fighters in his stable to just fuck with him, and then it becomes you know, they got no choice. They're all just rolling with him, and eventually everybody will come over. Was trying to grind your gears earlier. Gross. Ryan should have fought Pitbull instead. I don't know. Rolly ain't been the same since Tank KO'd him. Devin always fighting older guys. I mean, Devin's young, so that's kind of, they're all older. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ryan versus Rayo. That's not a good fight for Ryan. Rayo's too big shout. And the extra crisp deuce piece, 2-piece. Number 1 versus number 2. That's the Ring Magazine way. Exactly. He knows the deal. Rolly used to be nice guy too. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I've had some like talks with him. He's kind of a jerk off. Is it crazy? Devin only 25. Yeah, right? Rolly had a 10-round fight last time. Older and smaller dude looked like the skeleton at 35. Who? Who are you talking about? He's 26. I mean, it's 1 year off. Hung out in the doghouse too long, and he's absolute trash, like bad television. Rayo versus Keyshawn. That's a good fight. You can't watch Rolly? All right. That's a good shot. Rayo versus Keyshawn's a good fight. That'll show us what Keyshawn's made of, because I'm not so sure what Keyshawn's made of. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm just not sure yet. I need to see more. That's all I'm saying. He looked really good his last fight against Lemos, but you know, I have my theories. Lemos was custom order, coming right at him. Shorter guy, smaller guy. That is a good fight. Keyshawn probably gets a stoppage. Okay. One of my buddies is real good friends with him. Rolly, that is. I give him so much shit. Is Rolly, what's he say about Rolly? Say he's cool? I rewatched Haney versus Garcia. Bill's lack of advice in that corner is shameful. Well, you know, what's he going to say? Keep your hand up? That's a given. Who do you think Boots is fighting next? That's a great question. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? Stanionis, maybe? Who knows? Steph, you stay out in Vegas? I don't know where Steph's from. I think he's in California. Why I feel like Marco had Rick James hair. Rick James? Well, I'm not black, Rich, so I couldn't have a Jerry curl. I mean, I guess I could, but and in the early 80s, I was 6 years old. So I'm not a 6-year-old white guy walking around with Jerry curl. Just so you know. That would be weird. B Diddy. Marco, which I don't know. I don't do rounds, but he's stopping him. Well, I mean, or he could just beat his ass for 12. You know, depending on how, if Morel wants to get on, hail an Uber. And I wonder what Turkey thinks about Americans after having a conversation with Rolly. Boots passed up the great. Yeah. Boots should fight Bakram. Yeah. But Bakram's 54. Boots is technically still 47. Fundora versus Conwell. He should do it. Conwell's a bad man. What up, the Asian Guido? Because you're from Bensonhurst, Asian Guido. Rolly knows better than most and went away for a minute. Rolly paid his bills a rock. Rolly is a handful. Okay. What up, Remy? Rolly is way too much of an easy opponent for Ryan. I mean, Rolly and Pitbull are similar. Pitbull's better. Actually, no. Pitbull's just better. Because they fought and Rolly beat the shit. Pitbull beat the fuck out of Rolly. Ramirez has a chin and will bring pressure. Okay. SoCal. Yep, I knew he was from fucking Coke. SoCal. I knew he was from California. Rowley said in an interview Ryan's body needs to be tested. Yeah, okay. Boots has to unify. I guess. It's crazy how we haven't had any of those fights announced. Boots went over to Eddie Hearn, right? The fuck's taking so long? Oh shit, didn't know it was on SoCal. Lubin got a gift for his Ramos. That's what they say. So how long do you think Saudi money keep flowering boxing? I don't know. And that's the problem. That's what scares me, right? We're too reliant on Saudi right now. But at the same time, this shit could last for a long time. It could last a long time. The only fighter worth unifying with Barrios. Okay. What's the most anticipated fight? I don't know. Haney Ryan rematch. Tank Tio would be dope, but I don't think any of these are going to happen. My buddy is a content creator who's good friends with him. Mexican dude. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's, psycho mind. How many amateur bouts did you have and what was your record? 15 amateur bouts, 112, lost 3, only one of which I believe I really deserve to lose. 2 were robberies. But 15 total. Alberto. Imagine Turkey in the 2000s era. Well, we will probably find. Do you think Top Rank is going to? I don't know. I don't really care. Probably ESPN because the zone's already dealing with Turkey. Prices are going to inflate and then drop soon. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be somewhat of a inflation recession, a boxing recession if Turkey leaves. No, Paney does not end up suing Turkey. I wish Turkey would hire my ass, I'll tell you that. Cold brew from Duncan hit different today. Okay. Born and raised in Texas, of course. That mustache. Been in SoCal for a while. Have lived along the coast, long time Santa Barbara, San Diego. Okay. Irvine, Texas. Oh, no, not Irvine, Texas. Irvine, California. Turkey will hear that, Clarissa? He's from Texas too. Turkey will get rid of the promoter sooner or later. So, Steph, do you have a Texas accent? Do you have like a Southern accent? You don't look. I feel like you don't, but you tell me. He can't get rid of them. He could try and buy him out, but if they don't want to be bought, they still do business. The difference is if Turkey just overall has more of an attractive package. I know that just sounded super fruity, but for fighters, they're going to go to the attractive package. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he'll have to deal with is fighters who have contracts. 2, 3, 4 years. Most fighters don't have more than like 3 to 5 year contracts. So in 3 to 5 years, all contracts will be expired, and then fighters can go do what they want. So you just have to kind of wait out the current contracts that people have that'll prevent them from fighting with Turkey or leaving their promotion. That's dope, Steph. We only get one life, take full advantage. Steph, that mustache was influenced by Steve Harvey. Damn, you still feel the most demanded fights possible Turkey in the mix? Yeah, of course. You ain't lived until you've been in the Midwest. I mean, if I've been in the Midwest, I've been to Michigan. But shouts to IE and all the gangsters who live in LA. Okay. I think Ryo. Russell's been too inactive. Yeah, that'd be dope, right? That would be dope. Matter of fact, that deserves boxing league like UFC. Yes. And then that's the pro league. And to turn pro, right? It can have its own criteria. To get in the league, you have to be like drafted. Like they can make it mad prestigious. Not because really with boxing, anybody could turn pro as long as you meet the state athletic commission's criteria. And some state athletic commissions, like when I turned pro, you had to have an amateur background in New York. This was New York. They had to know who you were. Like, but there's some states where it doesn't fucking matter. If you pass a physical, you get a license. You stop that shit, it'll make it a lot more prestigious. I was on the OG Fannin show, and he said even though he feel Turkey ain't good for boxing, he would still kiss Turkey's hand for $3 million. I mean, $3 million is a lot of money. Hypothetically, if Turkey gave you keys, what's the first thing you would change? He gave me the keys? What you mean? Be more specific. PBC couldn't have done that, but they fumbled the ball hard. That's hilarious. Fan in old school. He admitted. He admitted. Okay. I thought you called him an alcoholic, but you said it was LOL. I thought it was like he's an ALO. I was like, alcoholic? What? I disagree. We need some cab drivers in boxing. Well, I'm not saying nobody, but I'm saying you could limit. Like, it'd be way more prestigious, is what I'm saying. Yeah, of course you need some lower level guys. The keys to Ring Magazine. So what's he's asking me though? What would I do to Ring Magazine? Like, well, I don't get the question. If I got the keys to like, I think he's saying by keys, like if I could do Turkey's job, what would I do? Is that what he's saying? What fights would I make? I don't really get the question. Gotta be more specific. If Turkey gave you full control of his operation, thank you. What's one thing you would change? I would change this Ryan and Devin rematch not being immediate. I would change that. That'd make it immediate. There'd be nothing in between. Yeah, I get it now. That's what I would do. Other than that, I mean, he's doing a great job. What was wrong with PBC that they had mediocre matchup? I don't know. Damn, it's fucking. You guys hear this printer behind me? It's loud. It's a 3D printer. Oh, come on. You guys stop it. Don't stop fucking with him. Stop fucking with him. Just fucking with him. Head kind of hurts. If I'm getting sick again, I swear to God, I'll fucking lose it. The profit here is time. I remember 3-4 years ago, I was complaining that the sanctioning bodies and promoters needed to get together. I know. Well, I've been complaining about that for the whole time. PBC. Yeah, so maybe we're starting something. I wonder when Rayo's going back to get in the ring. Yeah, who knows? Yes, they need Ryan versus Haney next. Exactly. Why ruin that? PBC only got 2 good fighters, and they lost Canelo. Well, if they only have 2 good fighters, then it'd be easier for Turkey to take over. Boxing has evolved a lot. I know. Turkey's doing a great job. It's ridiculous Haney hasn't fought a tune-up. A tune-up? Why does he need a tune-up? He doesn't need a tune-up. When you're a former unified champion, you don't need a fucking tune-up. You think Floyd is the GOAT? No, I do not think he is the GOAT. I think he's one of the GOATs, not the best, in my opinion. But there's an argument for it. Less boxing promotions. Like, I believe Sugar Ray Leonard would have beat Floyd if they fought. So how can I make Floyd the GOAT when Sugar Ray Leonard, I believe, would have beat him? Matchups make sense. It's going to be fun. Wanted that. Word. You need to try to contact Turkish people. I'm trying, Clarissa. Trust me. I hit him up directly on IG a few times. No answer. Who's my GOAT? You dare ask that? You dare ask who my GOAT is?
Y'all must have forgot.
Who's my GOAT?
Y'all must have forgot.
Come on. Floyd Def not a GOAT. Nah. Let's not get carried away. He didn't cherry pick shit. That motherfucker was one of the best who ever did it. I just don't think he's the best. Exactly, Alberto. It's my guy. Fannin introduced me to a lot of channels. Yeah, I don't know much about him. I heard he like had a mental breakdown or something, right, Fannin? I don't know much about him. I never met him, never talked to him. I just recently heard about him through somebody else. Leonard would have outboxed Floyd for sure. Not for sure, but most likely. What's going to be laid flatter, Tank's perm or Roach's butt? Roach. He's been drinking, bro. What era did Ray Leonard and Hagler and them fight the most? 80s. That was not. They didn't fight at all. Hagler and Leonard fought a little bit in the late 70s, but no, they're 80s. That's prime. Like they had their big fight, I believe it was 86, like dead in the middle of the 80s. No, they're 80s. He's fat. Oh, he did? When was this? Floyd has more tools than Sugar. Floyd would have adjusted and stopped him. Well, I disagree, but that's possible. But hey, man, Floyd Sr., who taught Floyd everything, had a similar style, fought Sugar, and it didn't go well. Now, I know Floyd Sr. isn't Junior. I get it. But if it's any indication, you heard about Clarissa Shields versus Errol. Nah, I didn't. Is Lowe in rehab? Nah, he's around. He actually left me a voice message. I didn't listen to it, though. He listens to me on TBV and then starts just randomly gives me his opinion on shit. We talked about him briefly. I think Ness was like, oh, could bring Lowe in here. It was something about Chavez, I believe. Leonard is one of the most complete fighters of all time. Absolutely. Bakram versus Jermel Charlo. I got Bakram at this point. I think Charlo's done. 5, 6, 7 years ago, different story maybe. 80s, Ray Leonard. You could say that. You could say Larry Holmes. You could also say Tyson. 90s, Roy, yes. 2000s, Floyd, yes. 2010, Canelo, yes. 2020s, Benavidez. 2020, you might say, you can't say Benavidez. Although you got to put Bud there. But you got to put Bud over Benavidez as of now. When it's all said and done, because we got 5 years left in the 20s, then maybe it'll change. But as of now, it's Bud. I didn't watch it yet. No, did you? Well, if Roy is your GOAT, mine is Rocky Marciano. Oh, shit. You know what we got to do when the name Rocky Marciano is said.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass.
Question, Remy, are you white? What percentage of fans actually know ish about boxing, in your opinion? I think if you watch boxing regularly, you know about it. I think saying you don't know shit about boxing is that's like a boxing debate way of when a dude calls another dude a bitch, just trying to bitch him, calling him a pussy, calling him a bitch. It's just disrespecting. Saying when you're sitting there talking about the details of boxing and certain fights and then to say you don't know shit about boxing, it's like clearly you do, or we wouldn't be in this conversation to begin with. Now, every now and then there's somebody who you clearly is a beginner, a casual, whatever, but for the most part, difference of opinion doesn't mean you don't know anything about it. It just means because everything in boxing, remember I told you guys, everything in boxing is subjective except a knockout. Knockout is the only thing that is not subjective. Therefore, when people have differences of opinions, it's just because it's such a subjective sport, not because they don't know shit about it. I was going to say Tank, but I'll take Bud. Yeah, no, Tank, Bud there for sure. Inoue could be up there. No, we got to see what happens. Funny. Martin Bryan, what up? Inoue versus Nick Paul. Inoue whoops his ass. Nope, not at all, brother. You're black. Okay. Well, props to you for being a black man and bringing up Rocky Marciano. Props to you. It's a rarity. Usually, crackers of my complexion bring up Rocky Marciano, but since we said it, let's say it again.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass.
When someone calls someone a casual, exactly, it's just trying to disrespect them. That's all that is. It's like you go into somebody like Ness's chat and you're talking about boxing, and to be called a casual is so dumb. It's like a casual wouldn't even be in the room, wouldn't even have heard of it or know how to get there. It's stupid. Marco, how do you respond to those who say RJ's resume was extremely thin? I say that he didn't have as many Hall of Fame or, let's say, legendary opponents as some people, but that wasn't his fault. I say that he definitely didn't have as many as certain people. That's true, but I also say that people also use that because they're people who are haters. You know what I'm saying? Like Hopkins and James Toney. These guys are legends. But most importantly, Roy fought everybody in his era. And it's not his fault that his era was a little thinner than some eras. That's not his fault. All I care about is that he fought everybody, didn't duck anybody. That's what you got to go by. You got to go by eras. Do you think Tfimo will make the boots fight? I don't know. He'll may go down a little. You guys are going crazy on me. Inoue versus Ray Ford. Inoue. Rocky Marciano is a pure fuck. Yeah, he is. He's dope. In boxing, no one is right or wrong. Yep. I mean, sometimes there's things that are right or wrong. Family, whether. Right. Imagine if terms casual and cap existed, but I hate the term casual and cap. So fucking annoying. Roy wasn't my cup of tea, but I respect. How could he not be your cup of tea? How could blinding speed, knockout power, flashiness, and dope ring walks be not your cup of tea? What's your cup of tea? What do you like seeing? What do you like seeing? Barroso? What do you like? What do you like watching? Butterbean? Like, what the fuck is not? How could that not be anybody's cup of tea? We watch boxing for speed and power and knockouts. That's what we watch it for, and that's all he did. Oh, and being undefeated throughout his whole prime. Like, yeah, he lost the one disqualification, but what? Yes, sir, call me crazy. To me, he beats Tyson Ali. Who were we talking about? I forgot. Oh, Marciano? Nah, he's too small. Bro, you and ew. You're in his ass.
Do it,
today?
Fruity!
He's in your ass. Ew.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Yeah, okay. Do you see some RJJ in boots? No. People have said that. Nothing. None. Zero. Nothing about boots. I don't see that at all. But I've heard that before. Obviously, other people do. Martin, you're trying to get ew, what is that? Is that a fucking what's your profile picture? Is that a butt cheek? Nasty. Your profile picture is nasty. And you're trying to get blocked? Talking about that's rude. Marco and me got hate, low relationship. Drawn boots. Oh man. Disrespectful. Yeah. Nasty work is right. Yeah, I don't know, Starlion. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel comfortable saying Roy Jones would beat everyone from. I like this guy. This guy, Roy Gruden. Oh, and of course, you triggered the best one of them all.
Y'all must have forgot.
My dog said pause. It's a lot of weirdos in your chat, bro. No, it's not. It's like one. Roy is the epitome of boxing.
Y'all must have forgot.
It just is what it is. Yeah, I love, he's my favorite, but for a reason. It's like when you see somebody, he's like the Michael Jordan. Of course, he might even be like the Wilt. Wilt was more impressive initially than Michael was. And technically, if numbers-wise, Wilt is the most impressive ever. You like guys more vulnerable? Okay, well, you're in the wrong sport, buddy. Vulnerability is a weakness in boxing. You have the best soundboard. I have the best soundboard? Well, my friend, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Come again.
I would have liked to see Prime Triple G versus RJ. Nah, G's too small. Too small. Roy would have fucking danced. Roy would have danced circles around his Kazakhstani ass. Boots is very athletic, but Roy Jones exactly freak of nature. I like guys who can win or lose depending on the opponent. Well, again, you're in the wrong sport. If Crawford does win, how do you see it? He'll just have to box him. Stay from the outside, box, move, tie up, that kind of thing. I know that, Marco, from a fighter standpoint. What the fuck is that? Ew, what is going on tonight? So where Roy went back down in weight because he wanted to do what Bob Fitzsimmons did. He said it to me on my podcast. He wanted to copy Bob Fitzsimmons, who was the last man to go from middleweight to heavyweight champion. Bob went back down and recaptured the light heavyweight after he did that. Triple G should challenge himself and moved up. Maybe he wasn't big enough. Maybe he knew his limitations. It is. Wilt played when spinning ball on your finger was amazing. We should have a reality show with young prospects. The Simpsons, absolutely. This is my sport. Damn the troll. I know, what the fuck? Creepy. Yeah, weird. You guys blocked it, I assume. I didn't do it. Yeah, you did. Good. Creepy. Isn't that creepy? Weird. Like, why would you spend your time doing that in a boxing room? So strange. They must have been sent by Zesty Tank. That's just so weird. Like, I'm not even that big. Like, you're going into a guy with 23,000 subscribers in a boxing room and you're trolling on some weird gay shit? It's strange. It's just weird. I'm not even angry. I find it perplexing. It's like, why would you? Like, what? You have to have something better to do. Spinning the ball on your finger. I know. It's like, whoa. People are like, whoa. Here's Andrew. That's funny. Hope that wasn't Bill. Doubt it was Bill. Shaking my head, giving us a bad name. Yeah. Tio ducked Matthias. I don't blame him. Matthias is coming off a loss. Wilt was the first Globetrotter. Wilt did play in the Globetrotters. Did you guys know that? I don't know if you were just joking, Eon, but he actually did play in the Globetrotters for a while. Created account today. Oh, it said that? That's crazy. That's so weird. And that profile picture, that was a piece of meat, wasn't it? I didn't want to look too long. It looked like a piece of meat, right? The dude was showing his beef in the picture. That's what that was. That's wild. So Pitbull ducked. I don't think the fight was ever happening. Do you think David Morrell can beat Benavidez? No. Yes, but he won't. Unlikely. That was Alberto. If that's Alberto, we have a big problem. Alberto has a big problem that he needs to see a therapist about. The real P. Diddy must be sending his trolls. Wilt just looked down and saw a lot of white men running around his legs. But that's fucked off completely. Yeah, that was weird. Rolly can beat Mayweather. Okay. Keep my name out your mouth. Matthias had a comeback fight in November with a small local promoter. Yeah, and he lost. What's the biggest fight to make in boxing right now? Tank versus Tio, maybe? Inoue versus Bam? Tank versus Tio? I mean, Canelo versus Bud probably is. I think it's at 47. Salute. Yeah, that'd be annoying. I hope they don't flag my shit for that. They might. My understanding, they were trying to bring Pitbull to 47. Yeah, Pitbull's too little. People really think Bud knocks out Canelo. No. Canelo knocks out Bud, maybe. I hope Bivol wins. I hope Bivol loses, but I think he's going to win. Any huge heavyweight fight. Bakoli and Usyk would be dope. I want Bakoli to knock out this Ajagba dude, and then Usyk's next. Bacoli might sleep Usyk. Bivol versus Canelo too. Nah, it was so uncompetitive. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. I hope Bivol stops Beterbiev. I hope Beterbiev stops Bivol because Bivol is allegedly a wife beater. Drop your tape, please, Eon. Why are you embarrassed? Agrees. This year might be the best boxing year. I hope so. Hope it's the best year in general. Morel, Bivol, Bud, all wins. Agreed. No, not agreed. No. Actually, I agree with Bivol winning, but the other two, Bud loses and Morel loses. Morel definitely loses. Bud'll, Bud has a chance, but Sebastian, you must be drunk. Why do you keep changing your profile pictures? Didn't you just have a different one 2 seconds ago? Do you believe the narrative that Prince Nassim retired because he knew he couldn't hang with? No, I think his hands were hurting him, is what he said. I believe that. Yeah, she is, man. Bacoli said, I'm African giant, like a real life Clubber Lang. Did he say that? Did he use the word Clubber Lang? Alberto dropping. 1 second, guys. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Who's your current favorite boxer to watch? Tank, Inoue, Benavidez. Why are you changing the subject? You clown. Hear a lot about that boxers hitting women. God dang it, man. I know. Well, I mean, when your career choice is violence, sometimes you don't discriminate who you give the violence to, unfortunately. One of the greatest 2020, but anyway. Yep, that's about right. Bill Haney versus Tio Sr. Oh, I don't know. Not a bad one though. I don't think either of them ever boxed, so I don't know. Don't ever let me see. Damn. You guys are wild. Wild men. I did. Didn't I? Let's see. Eon. I did read it. I believe I did. Well, say it again, because I thought I did read it. Bruh, you in Idaho? It'll never happen. Indiana, not Idaho, but close enough. Boxing Ego lives in my city. Okay. Inoue is very crafty. I agree. He's exciting to watch. Him versus Tank would be a dream fight. Inoue's too small for Tank, but that would be a dope fight, especially if they fought in Japan. Forget about it. Tank and Bud would be a massive fight this year. Yeah, it'll be big, but not competitive. Yeah, what do you guys leave Ian alone? Jesus. I thought Prince Nassim stopped boxing because he said if he loses, no, because he fought after he lost. He had one more fight that he won. Didn't look good, by the way, but he won. Inoue. Oh, you're right. I think you meant to say Inoue because you wrote Naoe. Inoue already said he's willing to move up for Tank. Nah, he didn't say that, did he? I don't believe it. Ryan versus Haney will be the biggest selling fight. Yeah, it'll be big. Tank versus Bud. That would be a big fight. They keep talking shit about each other's family and all that. I don't know why that was. Yeah. The press for Ryan Garcia versus Rolly will be a movie. Yeah. I mean, I guess. but the fight itself is mid-tier. I agree. Tank and Bud. Garcia versus Boots. Boots. Boots is too big. Actually, Boots is the same size. I just think Boots is too skilled. Is Usyk truly the best man on the planet? Not on the planet, but in the heavyweight division. Seems that way. I think Bacoli might stretch him out if he lands. Inoue is already bulked up to super bantam. Inoue just fought at 22. He's not even a featherweight yet. So how's he going to go to 35? Mid-fight indeed. We're going to talk. Yeah, the press and the lead-up will be top tier, but the fight itself is mid-tier. Ryan versus Rolly would only entertain fans with low IQ. Nah, it'll be a fun fight to watch. I disagree. You know, Ryan has the hook, Rolly has the power, he's aggressive. It'll be fun to watch, but the skill level is, you know, Inoue. And it's not going to... we want to see if Ryan is really that good or if it was the drugs. And beating Rolly won't tell you either way. You know what I'm saying? You beat Rolly, you're not like, oh, Ryan's a real deal. Yeah. You're just like, okay, we still don't know. Now fight somebody else. Inoue should fight Nick Ball at 126. Forget about Tank. Yeah. Which would destroy Tio. Then go into racial time. Yeah, exactly. I got Tank beating Bud. I wouldn't be surprised, Steph, because he has that power. You know, Rolly, Tank has that eraser. I wouldn't be that surprised. Tank beats everybody. I'm the world. In the world. No, not everybody. You can't beat Usyk. Can't beat Better Biev. Ryan getting suspended and Rolly getting KO's last fight and would be the main event. Yeah. Yeah, Rolly got fucked up the last fight. He's just trying to cash out at this point. He knows his run is done. And by the way, I said this 2-3 years ago. I said that the next fight for Rolly is going to be against Ryan, and then he's done permanently. And I was right. Especially if Ryan destroys him. Nobody will even want to fight Rolly anymore. They won't give a fuck how much he talks. Rolly looked like Booker T. You're speaking of what's his face? He's not even with him anymore. The fuck's the coach's name? Not Dewey, who's my man. Ah, fuck. What's Rolly's old coach name? He has a real raspy voice. Fuck, I forgot his name. Nah, I don't know if he could hurt us. He's too small. Bullet. Thank you. Tank versus Brock Lesnar. All right, people. I'm going to bounce. It is late. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you. Hit the like button on the way out. Peace.